Welcome to the Whole Truth, Nothing But the Truth podcast. I'm your host, Jason Gerard, and this is where we talk life, love, and everything in between. Yeah. Now, I know you all may be wondering, where is the desk? Where is the grass wall? Where is the Glee picture? It's in the other studio. We over here on the couch today. I told y'all in season 1 I was going to the blue couch, and not only that, I have a guest. Yeah. A real live guest, y'all.
In the building.
In the flesh. We got my best friend. This is my best friend. When I tell you we go back to having our first cars. I had a little Honda Civic. She had a Saturn. We used to be whipping it. Baby, we was whipping it. You hear me? We go all the way back to our very first jobs at Countrywide Home Loud. Not Countrywide. It's not Countrywide no more. I think it's Bank of America or something else or whatever. Mm-hmm. But we go that far back. This is my best friend, y'all. This is Felicia, y'all. Y'all give it up for Felicia.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, welcome to the Whole Truth, Nothing But the Truth podcast. I got my eye patch. Y'all don't be judging me. I told y'all I'm on my different. We doing it different this year.
Yes, no judging zone here,
no
baby.
judgment zone here.
Yes.
Now I got my notes, and so we gonna go over them now. We here because you can't leave now that you're here. You know, because we don't get to see each other a whole lot.
Listen.
This is a fun fact.
Listen.
We don't get to see each other a lot.
We don't.
Like, I live in Jerusalem. She lives in Israel. You know what I mean? And we catch up when we catch up because we got to see each other last at the Brandy concert.
Brandy concert.
Why did we forget just that fast?
Oh my God.
But we did. We hung out at the Brandy concert. What did you think about the show?
I loved it.
I did too.
I mean, it was I think it just took us back.
Yes.
Baby, in those days, honey.
Yes.
I remember baby, I would be singing them songs
in the bathroom,
so hard.
in my bedroom,
whole production,
everything. I had my mic.
Yes,
it was a brush,
everything.
But you know what I'm saying. It was all me.
It's okay.
It was all me. You know what I'm saying. It was a great time.
It was a great time.
I really enjoyed it. It definitely took me back.
It definitely
took me back. You know. Now I know y'all are wondering. Okay, well, what y'all here for today? Now I know. Last week, if you didn't catch up on last week's episode was not you acting brand new. Now, you know, that's the thing.
Yes.
People get mad at you for you doing you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is, if I can't do me, who I'm going to do? If
exactly.
not me, then who?
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
So this week, we're going to go a little bit further talking about how everybody ain't happy for you. And that's the fact.
Yeah,
that's the real truth. Everybody's not happy for your evolution, for your growth. You know, let me sit up a little bit because I'm sliding back in the cut. We on the thing. Let me get up a little bit closer.
Yeah,
you know, because this is how we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, as you evolve and you grow, you start to realize that sometimes the applause gets a little bit softer. And some of the people that you thought would be there for you are not, you know? And I know, like, for me, in my 30s, my priorities were different.
Yeah.
It was a different time in my life where I thought, you know, making sure that your friendships were... I talked on the phone with friends 24/7.
We talked all the time.
We talked from getting up in the morning.
Yep.
to going to bed at night.
Yes,
all the way.
I needed my Jason.
I needed my fee.
Yes.
You hear me? I'm telling you, I needed her. And so we would talk throughout the day. Crutch.
It was.
Absolutely.
It was.
And you get to a point as you get older and the priorities shift and the bandwidth changes and you don't have the same time to devote to those friendships or to be as attentive, you know, as you once were with, and it doesn't change it.
Yeah.
But for some, it does, and that's the part where it gets a little sticky because, like, I don't have an issue. You know what I'm saying?
We good.
I'm just living my life. You know, I'm stressing about these bills. I'm trying to get chosen in these streets.
Honey. Okay, you trying to get chosen. I didn't got chosen.
She didn't get chosen. So you know, she married. That's a whole different path. We have different priorities. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, it's very important to find the balance and knowing that we still have the common ground. We still have the middle that we can meet in whenever we need each other. Whenever she needs me, I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. We don't miss the milestones in each other's lives and things like that. And like, there are times where we may not talk for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It may be a couple
weeks now.
You know?
It is definitely in between.
Yes. and you look up and you're like, I ain't talked to Felicia. Let me text her.
And it's no feelings hurt.
No, the energy doesn't change. You just pick up.
Yeah, you just pick up where you left off.
Because it's like, well, why wouldn't you? You know, because life is evolving, and I think there's a space where like, almost like game recognized game type situation, where like, if I'm evolving and you're evolving, there's no reason for me to be overly concerned about, well, why is this or why is that? Because I don't have the time to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have the time to be.
Baby, because you protecting your peace.
I'm protecting my peace.
Right.
And I'm busy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like, people will create things in their head that aren't there.
Woo.
And you look up and you're thinking, well, I didn't know we had an issue. Like,
exactly.
Where did this come from?
Yeah.
You know, and so I think the difference for me in my 30s and my 40s is now, it's just kind of prioritizing myself.
Yeah.
You know, and having those friendships and relationships in my life now that really echo that same sentiment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how was it for you? Like, did you feel the same way in your 30s and 40s?
I think in my 30s, for me, I did so much in my 20s. You know that.
Yes.
I was partying. I was on the scene.
Yes.
Trying to get chose, I guess you would say, baby, because I stayed in the clubs.
Listen.
With the child. And I had a child, but I still was in the clubs.
That part.
And then I think when I got to my 30s, I was on child number 2. And there was just something that settled me.
Yes.
Okay. And I had to kind of just sit still.
Yeah.
And not only that, I was going through changes. As y'all can see, I have vitiligo. You know, you can Google it if you don't know what it is.
Pretty vitiligo girls.
I mean, I almost facing a different identity. So I got real quiet in my 30s.
Yeah.
However, Jason, we talked. Like, if you knew I was going through something, like, you knew. You know, we talked, we picked up the phone.
Yes.
We talked about every aspect of our lives, of what we were going through that day, what happened that morning, that night, whatever it was, he knew.
Yeah.
Right. And then I felt like along the way, I definitely lost some connections with friends. And then not everyone understands that you're at a different space.
Right.
And they also don't care to call to check on you.
That part.
To even see
the temp.
Where you at?
Yeah, just a pulse check. Just anything.
Just a check.
Just a check.
Because you don't know what I could be going through mentally, right? And like you said, everybody can just play something in their heads and just automatically assume the worst.
The worst.
They assume the worst. And
now we got beef.
And now we mad. Now you mad.
Now we got beef.
And I don't know nothing about it.
I'm mad as hell at you, girl.
What?
What you mean you mad at me?
You mad at me.
I'm mad.
And when it's that, I feel that it is definitely something deeper.
Yes.
Because it wasn't just my disconnect.
No.
Because of what I was going through. It's something deeper that you had.
Yes.
Probably against me. That I never knew. But see, that even falls into the space of that unspoken resentments that really kind of fester, that people don't speak about. And that's why you have to communicate with people. Yeah.
And like, the older I've gotten, it's like, you have to communicate how you feel and how you don't, you know what I mean? Because leaving all this room for gray is something that is, at this big age, I feel
mature.
It's immature and it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's a space where we can communicate and say, well, hey, well, this was this, or hey, well, this was that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we can agree to disagree. And move on. Or we can agree and move on.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to keep in mind, this is a topic. This is a subject matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That we are seeing differently.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? We're not, you didn't call my mama fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we, that's something different.
Yeah.
We're having a disagreement about whatever the subject matter is. And if we stay on topic, we should be able to address it and move on.
Yeah. And you know, and I think, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Not at all.
But I think everyone gets different treatment. You know, like it could be those cheerleaders on the sideline.
Yes.
They may not get the same respect.
Exactly.
As someone that I know that has been there.
Right.
And supported me.
Right.
Through my ups and my downs.
Right.
They may not get that same treatment.
It's seniority.
It's a hierarchy.
It is.
It is. It is a hierarchy.
And you don't think of it. You really don't think of it that way.
No.
I think it's just
inevitable. It's just like by default. I know who my number ones are, and that's no shade, no tea. That's no anything. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
I'd be lying to myself to ignore the fact of who's truly been here for me and who's truly been a support and who's truly seen me through my chapters, my ugly chapters, my good chapters, my bad, ugly cry chapters, child.
Yes.
All of that.
Baby, to where we had to go into prayer mode.
Listen.
Let me tell y'all something about Jason, honey. This brother can pray, okay? I have had plenty of moments where I know if I'm talking to him about something that is bothering me and he knows that it's bothering me, he will stop everything he's doing just to pray. And he can pray. Let me tell you, he can pray.
Listen.
And that is one thing that I love about a friend that can pray, because everybody don't have that in them, right? So not only can he pray to you, he gonna minister to you too, you know? And we do it to each other, but
it's a give and take.
It's a give and take. But no, he can pray. Jason can pray. Okay, I used to be like, I want to pray. I just want to be able to pray like Jason. I got another friend that can do that too. You know, Adrienne. Shout out to Adrienne.
Hey, Adrienne.
She can stop and pray too, and I'll be like, dang, I just want to be like them and just be able to. But I can give you a word.
Listen,
I can give you a word, but I may not be able to just pray like that. But I appreciate that.
Hey, we got our strength.
I appreciate
and our gifts. That's we all have our gifts that we give to each other. And I appreciate that. That's what. That's what friends are for.
Yes.
You stop what you're doing and get to it.
Yes.
Like that's we're gonna do it now.
Yes.
Like I'm a very firm believer.
Let's bow that head.
Bow that head, girl. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
I just believe that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the older I've gotten, like even stuff like that with prayer and being able to be there for your friends, it's important to like know the priorities of those types of friendships.
Yeah.
Those types of friendships matter. And like, especially as I've gotten older and your priorities shift.
Yeah.
And like I said, we may not have the time to talk all the time. And like, for instance, you're married with children.
Yeah.
And so we don't get to talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'd be a fool to think that I'm going to cut into her family time and her husband time, you know, and all of that time, child. You know, the married folks, you know how they do, girl. But, you know, but even with that being said, we are still able to stop and check in with one another and say, hey, this is what's up. Hey, say less. Let's go.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? And we get to pray with one another and support one another when we need that type of support. You know what I mean? And so I know for me even now being single, in my 40s being single, my priorities still aren't what they were in my 20s and my 30s and that whole thing. You know, I used to run the streets. Believe it or not, y'all, I used to be out in the streets. I've been in this house for a long time. Don't you judge me. I've been in this house for a long time. But back in the day, I used to be in the streets. I used to have me a little crew. I'm just saying, I used to walk through. You know,
sure did.
You know, yeah.
Sure did. Because when I first saw him in Countrywide, baby.
Come on.
And he had that... that Louis Vuitton backpack on.
I had a Louis.
And his butt come walking down the aisle. And I'm like, look at this ninja.
That's right. I had the Louis.
He the shit.
I had the Louis, baby.
He sure did.
I had the Louis.
And was stuck up, honey. Whatever.
Well, no, anyway.
But now we're here today.
But we're here today. Listen, we've grown and we have evolved and we have seen so many different chapters with one another and we've seen so many different friendships with one another.
We have.
She's seen my friends. I've seen her friends.
Yes.
I have friends that she'd be like, And she's had friends I'd be like,
Yes.
And but we're protectors of one another.
Are. Definitely.
And that's just where that falls.
That's
we're
the
protectors of one another. And so that's just where friendship is for us, you know? And so, as I said, even being in my 40s now, I'm still looking to date and that whole thing and wanting someone to be with and all of that, you know, but the friendships that are in my life now are different, you know, whereas I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out. I'm sorry. Baby.
Sue me, call me. Oh, I want to be at the house rubbing my feet together,
yes, God.
watching something on TV,
yes,
laughing like Smokey Mama on Friday.
Right. Okay. Listen.
Yes, it is.
Clock it.
That's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But
I got time for these streets.
I don't have time
not
for the
this
streets.
Big age.
I'm just not into it, you know. But like, I don't know. Like for you as a married woman, like I know you still have your friends, you know, and some of your friends may not be married and that whole thing. But like, how do you navigate your friendships now, being a married career mother, and still navigating friendships and showing up with your friends that will understand where you are in life now compared to those who don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I think for me, it's my husband, he's a barber. Shout out to Stevie J's in Plano, Texas.
Yes.
But he owns a barbershop. And so he works a lot. He works a lot. So it gives me time. It gives me some time to be able to spend with my friends, whether they're married or single. But when it comes to the street life, I don't do all of that, but I do like a little turn up, just a little bit, adult setting, right? Yes. Where we can go have us a little cocktail, honey, and a good appetizer.
Give me a lounge.
And a good,
please and thank you, a two-step.
Yeah.
Give me a live band.
And then we wrap it up and take it home, right? About 10 o'clock.
To go home.
It's time to go.
That's it.
But yeah, I try to definitely balance that. And then I have my time with my husband when he gets home.
That's good.
But yeah, and then the kids, listen, I got a whole 4-year-old and in my 40s. Hello to anyone that still got young children in their 40s.
Listen, it's a thing. It's a whole generation of these parents out here. It is.
I'm just now, I'm looking for something for my brain, for some memory.
Listen.
And focus because this ADHD, look here, I don't know what it is.
It's a different time.
But baby, okay?
I can't do it because see, that's the part where like, I'm just a dog parent. Listen, I got a little rough. That's it.
Listen, he about to tone me down.
I'm just saying, Tyson is the homie. Tyson love everybody.
Tyson
you come over,
homie.
you gotta greet Tyson. That's the dog of the house.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, no, I'm good. I ain't gonna be able to do it, because that's just where I'm at. I applaud the parents. I admire the parents with the children. I'm Uncle Jason, so I
was gonna say he's Uncle Jason, but if he ever have that opportunity, he will be awesome.
Oh, thank you.
You will be awesome.
Thank you.
Jason is just he's the life of the party, but he know how to take care of business, honey. So if he love the kids, and if he ever got that opportunity, and I'm just speaking that's it. I'm just speaking it because my friend is single.
I'm very single.
Yeah, and ready to mingle.
Yes. I'm just saying.
But we just saying.
But one thing I've noticed now, I'm going back into my notes, so don't judge me. I'm looking at these notes because we're gonna keep this thing going. We're not gonna miss it. Yeah, because. But as you mentioned though, like. Even with the people, as times are changing and, you have those old friendships, are there spaces where, like, I know for me, I miss the people, but I don't miss the dynamics. You know what I mean? Where I miss, we had a good kiki, you know what I'm saying? I got, we had good kikis, whatever. But on the other side of that coin, I didn't like the dynamics overall. Where I am today, it does not mesh.
Yeah. I think for me too, I've had a lot of friends that I may miss the dynamic or just the friendship that I once had, but sometimes you got to leave things in the past.
Yeah.
And you just got to move on, and you wish no harm, nothing but success and love, peace, happiness for their lives, but we're in a different space.
Yes.
And I think that's why friendships, you definitely grow, right? As you evolve. You grow in different directions. And a lot of people are not going to understand those directions that you're going in, that God has you going. Yes. And that's a different step.
Yes.
I won't go too deep.
But that's the thing. That's a fact, though. It's a spiritual walk, and it's your evolution as a person walk. I feel like they all coincide together. You know what I mean? And like as you get older, your spirituality changes. I went from being I won't call myself a holy roller, but I was very religious. I had a very religious chapter.
Yeah.
And in my adulthood, and as I got older and began to form a real relationship for myself and what it looked like for me and my worship with God and Jesus and that whole thing, I became a more spiritual person. And whereas now you ain't gonna go off topic now. I ain't trying to get the church on my back.
Yeah,
now, you know, God bless everybody.
No, yeah.
You know, but you begin to find your own walk and your own spirituality and your own relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and I know even with that, especially even getting older, dealing with spirituality and getting a closer walk with God, unfortunately, as you know, I lost my father in my 40s, and grief kind of takes a different toll in your 40s. It takes a different, and you can relate as well, because I know you lost your father as well this past year. But grief shifts you even more so. It draws you closer to God, for one. I felt like my relationship grew even more so when I lost my father. I began to pray even more. You know, I began to pray more for myself and my father, for that matter. You know what I mean? But the grief shift me in a way that I could not allow the same friendships and the same pattern of relationship in my life. I couldn't allow it anymore. Some other relationships, they didn't understand it. And this was a different space. I don't know about you, but like for me, when I began to experience grief, it kind of shifted me into a person that, not that I don't care or didn't care anymore, but it was a space where I felt I'm not, you can go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
You can go.
Yeah.
You can go. I don't have time.
I don't have time.
And it really kind of fell into that type of energy with people. And you could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not apologizing for it. You know, I went on a not apologizing tour on my last episode. I'm not going to do it today, but I definitely went on one last. I was making the people know I was not apologizing this year.
Sorry, but not sorry.
I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? But that chapter of life for me, here in my 40s, dealing with the loss of my father, that it shifted my energy, where I began to just trust myself more and realize how short life really is. You know what I mean? We only have so much time on this earth, and I'm not going to waste it on relationships and things and people that do not matter in the grand scheme of things. And that's just the black and white of it. It's black, it's white, it's something, but then yeah.
Don't start.
Listen, I'm just saying. But how was that for you, or how is that for you?
Yeah, I would say, you know, just kind of going back. So let's say this is 2026. Happy New Year.
Wow, that's right.
But in 2024, there was about 8 people that I knew that passed away that year.
Oh my God.
And it ended with my father in December. And it was like, it was just like I don't know, and I almost got adapted to it. Like, I remember when I was younger, or in my 20s and my 30s, and hearing death or going to a funeral, I was scared.
Yes.
And I couldn't go without my mama.
Yes.
You know, you going,
and baby,
I'm not trying to see the body. I don't want to see none of that.
No.
Okay, I want to get there at this time.
Right. And
so I don't have to deal with that. And then I'm leaving out before the family get up there to look at the body.
That's it. I can't.
But, and that year, I almost became numb to it, right? And I lost my Uncle David. I lost my Aunt Vernell. My doctor died that year.
Oh my God.
Yes, my doctor died that year. Like,
yeah, that was a lot.
It was a lot. And then that's the year that Phil passed away.
Oh, that's right.
He was just in our wedding.
Yes.
And I mean, and then I had a realtor friend that passed away. Excuse me. And it was just, the list was just, it was just going.
Yeah.
And going. And then December hit. I knew my father was already battling some health issues. And, you know, that started probably that summer. And then he passed away in December. So I felt like
after that happened, I think 2025 was like a mellow year for me because I had to sit in it.
Yeah.
Right? I had to sit in it. And I'm just thinking about all these deaths that happened because at some point you start to think, okay, Lord, is it
my own mortality?
Okay, like what is going to happen here? So I felt like in 2025, even though I was trying to still have my career, I had new opportunities come. I could not focus.
Yeah.
And I think, and I didn't realize that was probably just me grieving.
That's it.
I didn't realize that. And you know, where people, while people are still pushing forward, moving on with their lives.
Yes.
I'm sitting here and still like maybe, I don't know, and just in a different space.
Yes.
Because you start to look at things and people differently.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So it's just, and you know the people that are there for you. Is riding with you on this wave because it is a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. And I can't say, oh, I'm sitting there and I'm crying every day. It wasn't that. It was, and it could be like maybe a sense of peace that could have came over me too.
Right.
Because I'm trying to just push through this. But you know, you got all these fond memories and things like that. But we talked about this.
That's it.
How we're like, I remember you telling me, I hate when people say, you know, life has to keep going. I gotta go back to work.
I hated that.
I gotta, you know, we gotta keep going.
Yes.
We can't stop.
I couldn't stand that. I didn't understand how no, you're fine. I couldn't understand how that worked.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's such a selfish thing, but it's life.
It's life.
It's life. Yeah. And it's such a, I just didn't understand that when my father passed. I remember that night I was sitting here scrolling DoorDash trying to find something to eat for dinner, and it felt so wrong. It just felt like I should be doing something else.
Yeah.
It felt like I'm just sitting here, you know, crying but scrolling for food, and it just felt weird. And the next day I got up, I went to the gym. I don't know if I was supposed to go to the gym. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I just went because I didn't know what grief looked like. I think that's what I think even what you were saying, like, I think there's a space where we don't even know what it looks like. What is it to grieve? What does it look like? Do we stop what we're doing?
Right.
Do we just continue to keep going? Because I know there were times I would call you and you were still going. And I would be thinking, I don't know. She should be doing something else. I don't know, but she should be doing something else. This is a working, grinding woman. This woman handles her business. When I say she handles her business, can't stop, won't stop. This is the can't stop, won't stop. She handles her business.
Yeah.
And like,
but 2025, it set me down.
Yeah.
It really set me still.
That's what it was time.
Because we heal on our own timing.
You're right.
So you can tell me, oh, life goes on and this and that. But the healing starts when I start.
When you start.
When I start.
Yeah. And that's when it happened.
That's when it happened.
And so learning that now is like, it made me show up different in my relationships.
Yeah.
You know, because it made me, again, try to value the relationships that are here, that are reciprocating relationships, that are supporting relationships, that are celebratory, not tolerating. It made me really kind of look at who's who, and it made me look at who showed up, and that's the truth. It made me look at who showed up, because I thought, I don't need the world to stop, but I know I got a tribe of somewhere,
right?
You know, and you know, and so it definitely made me change the way I showed up in the relationships that were in my life, you know, and so getting over the grief, like you said, because I mean, you never get over the loss of a parent. You just don't. You know what I mean? You learn to live with it.
Cope.
You learn to cope with it, and you have your moments, and that's the best I can explain that. Yeah. That's all I got on that, because I'm still learning that. Yeah. That's a space where, that's all we got.
That's all we got.
We gonna keep on moving. God bless you. I love you.
Love you.
So anyway, getting on the other side of that though, or trying to get on the other side of that, peace, trying to find peace after grief and trying to like rebuild life after that. I know for me, it shaped me in a different way. Like I mentioned, to where I've cleaned out my friendships, so to speak. I've been able to kind of remove those things, but it also gave me just a sense of clarity about my life. It made me value my life a lot more and appreciate, I'm here. We're here. We're here. Everything ain't great. Everything ain't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we're here. And so learning now what peace looks like being in my house. Peace looks like the bills being paid. I'm just saying, peace looks like food in the refrigerator. Peace looks like money in the bank account. I'm just that's my peace. I'm just saying it's a different space of life for me now, where those things are security, but those also the things that I work for that bring me peace, and the things that, and the friendships that are in my life outside of that, the support system that I have for myself now that really has my back. Yeah. It's nothing like having people in your life that genuinely have your back. Yes. And like, I can come to my friends with real situations, and they can come to me with real situations, and there's no judgment. There's no backlash. It's none of that. It's support. It's support. And that goes a long way now. And so once I've gotten rid of the riffraff, so to speak, things are a lot different. Because I notice my aggression, like.
You know what? Go ahead.
I've been in a good space.
I am proud of you.
Listen, y'all, I've been doing good.
Like, no. I have seriously seen the growth, right? Like, when you can see the growth in someone and they have just overcome so much in their lives. And look, we're going to take this moment just to congratulate my boy Jay, because listen, I had to bring him his flowers today.
She did,
and
y'all.
And we're going to pop a bottle of champagne
today. Yes, we are.
Because this is his second season.
Yes, it is.
And when I'm telling y'all, he had been sitting on this idea for a while. Yeah. And for him to just finally step out and do it. Yes. And this is his zone, okay? Because when he told me I was coming on, I'm like, listen.
I was bringing her to the couch. She was coming. Everybody coming.
Listen, no. I'm like, I am too nervous for this.
But
I can't do this. You're not finna get me on here talking.
Listen.
But I am here. But I say that to say is that I am proud of you.
Thank you.
And we just gonna keep this thing going, baby. And if you need me back, I will come. I will gladly come back.
She coming back to the blue couch.
I will gladly come back
to the blue couch.
Way out here
in Jerusalem. That's all right, but she loves me.
From Israel. I will definitely come back, because I do love you.
Yes.
I do love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
Like,
and we make sure we tell each other that every time we hang up the phone.
Because life is
every
quick.
Time.
Life is short.
That's it.
And it's important. And it's like, I value my friendships, and I'm not playing with the people that are in my life. Like I told y'all last episode, I fearfully protect all of mine. Fiercely protected. Like that's just where I am with my friendships. Like, I value these people in my life so much that you can't fuck with them. Ooh, excuse me. Y'all have to bleep that. But you can't. No. You can't. You can't fuck with them. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna allow it. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Not up in here.
It's not happening.
Not happening.
It's not. So, but that's what peace looks like for me now. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who can't really get with that, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I know that's just where I am. What does peace look like for you now?
I think for me, it's just my family.
Yes.
You know, just making sure.
Yes.
Peace is actually like good health. Making sure that my family and I are in good health, good spirits, and that we are moving forward.
That's it.
Right? And we're not just
stagnant.
Yeah. And, I want to see all my children succeed.
Yes.
Our business to succeed. Yes. And just peace is, definitely at home with my family, in my own space. I'm thankful for my mother,
Yes.
for all of my support,
Yes.
for my close friends that I can still call my friends today.
Yes. Yes.
That's peace.
That's peace. That's what. And this is a side note I got to throw. Felicia is a realtor here in DFW. I just got to throw that out there real quick. When she mentioned them businesses, see, they are a power couple. See, I'm trying to get on this power couple trip. That's what I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to be a power couple. Don't nobody want to power with me?
Yes, come on.
Y'all don't want to power with me? I'm just saying, we can do this together. Baby. I'm just saying.
That's
but Felicia is one of the top realtors here in DFW. Definitely check her out.
Yes.
Sales RE on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm just saying, look her up.
Look me up.
Baby, look her up.
Yes.
Now, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk all day. If we don't wrap it up. And so we're going to go ahead and stop here. And I just want to say thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you for coming today to the Blue Couch.
To the Blue Couch.
The whole truth, nothing but the truth. Podcast, baby. Season 2.
Season 2.
We are here. I just want to thank you again for coming to season 2. This is season 2, episode 2. Everybody ain't happy for you. Ooh. Now, we're going to tell y'all next week to pull up. That actually won't be next week because I've been telling y'all it's going to be on a weekly, but we ain't on a weekly yet. We're going to do this bi-weekly. Don't judge me.
That's okay.
Don't judge me. I'm a one-man show. Don't y'all judge me.
That's okay.
So on the bi-weekly, next episode, we're going to talk about it's okay to be okay. Now, before y'all call me out, I told y'all we was going to do that this time around, but we had to shift things around because I felt like I wanted to get some energy in here a little sooner, get my best friend in the house and get a real conversation here on the table for you guys. So next episode, I was about to say next week, next episode, it will be It's Okay to Be Okay.
All right.
Thank you for coming today, Felicia. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm so excited. We about to pop a bottle, y'all.
Yes, honey. Because we are in season 2,
baby. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, bye. Girl, we did this.